Life for All presents Daily Food Series Genesis, The Beginning. Title of Book 3, A River Went Out of Eden by Pedro. Week 1, The Tree of Life and the Tree of the Knowledge of Good and Evil. Thursday, Not Trusting in One's Own Ability. Read with prayer. Who fed you in the wilderness with manna, which your fathers did not know, that he might humble you, and that he might test you, to do you good in the end. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 16. Abiding in the tree of life leads us not to repeat the same mistake as Lucifer, created as the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and beauty. His heart was corrupted by pride, and he became Satan, the adversary of God. Jesus was clear when he said, "Without me, you can do nothing." However, Lucifer did not remember that and became prideful. Your heart was lifted up because of your beauty. You corrupted your own wisdom for the sake of your splendor. I cast you to the ground. I laid you before kings, that they might gaze at you. Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 17. His beauty included both his physical appearance and his overall presence, meant to be admired by others. Now, wisdom refers to his abilities. These two traits can give us the false impression that we are doing much for God. But let us not forget that if the branch does not remain connected to the vine, it can do nothing. That is why we must desperately seek the tree of life. Do not let the many years you have in the church life make you think you are something apart from the tree of life, that you can do some things. Do not fall into this error. Without the tree of life, we can do nothing. In Deuteronomy chapter 8, it is written, "And you shall remember that the Lord your God led you all the way these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble you and test you, to know what was in your heart, whether you would keep his commandments or not. So he humbled you, allowed you to hunger, and fed you with manna which you did not know, nor did your fathers know, that he might make you know that man shall not live by bread alone, but man lives by every word that proceeds from the mouth of the Lord." Verses 2 and 3. When we are faced with difficult situations, let us not think God is punishing us. In fact, he allows these circumstances to test our hearts and reveal what is in them. In times of well-being, we think all is well, but we also need pressure so as not to remain in a comfort zone. Let us go to GPC. Let us experience moments of pressure and have wonderful experiences with the Lord. On one hand, when we depend on the vine, it is the vine that accomplishes the work. On the other hand, when we are tested, what is in our heart is revealed. What saves us is keeping the word of the Lord, because man shall not live by bread alone, but man lives by every word that proceeds from the mouth of the Lord. The word not only gives us direction, but also feeds us and, in trials, reveals what is in our hearts. Deuteronomy also warns us, "When you have eaten and are full, then you shall bless the Lord your God for the good land which he has given you. Beware that you do not forget the Lord your God by not keeping his commandments, his judgments, and his statutes, which I command you today. Lest, when you have eaten and are full, have built beautiful houses and dwell in them, when your herds and your flocks multiply, and your silver and your gold are multiplied, and all that you have is multiplied, when your heart is lifted up, and you forget the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Chapter 8, verses 10 through 14. Therefore, we must never abandon the word, nor trust in our ability or experience as if these could replace it. The word of God is irreplaceable. Let us not forget. We must not rely on our capability, experience, or logic, but trust entirely in the word. Let us remain as branches in the vine.